Hello and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. I have two 80% alcohol, 80 proof bourbon whiskeys. This is Bird Dog Kentucky Bourbon Select Stock, they call it. People call it the Irish Setter bottle, Irish Setter. No age statement, bottled by Three Springs Distilling for Bird Dog, Western Spirits, owners of Bird Dog. Bird Dog, the Bird Dog line introduced in 2010. Known mainly for flavored whiskey liqueurs, but they don't just make flavored whiskey. They also have a line of unflavored, which they don't discuss on the website. They just mention that they sell unflavored whiskey, and this is one of them. I bought this at Walmart. They had it on closeout for $10, and that is the only time I've ever seen it anywhere, actually. So I moisturized the cork. Yes, it has a real cork. The regular price is still only about $19.99. Real cork, wooden cap, and less than $20. So I got it for about half price. Great deal. I wasn't looking to buy it, but for that price, I was. Just ran across it and said, what the heck, I'll give it a chance. Nothing great, but certainly nothing bad. I don't know why they source it, why they don't distill their own, but that's what the company does. Now here's another one, same thing, sourced. This is Jesse James, America's Outlaw Bourbon, or American Outlaw Bourbon whiskey, white label. This is a liter bottle, and I found this in Marrero, Louisiana, for $7.99, and you know that went quickly. Don't really see this around, but you do see it around, usually in the 750 milliliter bottles. It runs about $17 for a regular bottle, and it's the ones I see in Louisiana, strangely, the ones I see here are all aged 2 years, 24 months, bottled in Mira Loma, California for Jesse James Spirits. I know there's a big Mira Loma bottling facility. Can't remember the name of the company. Don't know if they do any actual distilling there. All right, but it's there. Made a hiss. So $7.99 for a liter, considering the brand is about $18, $17.99 for a regular bottle is a great deal. If you look at the website, and I'll do a screen share because, like I said, there's nothing to show for Bird Dog, just a mention that they make straight, not straight bourbon, but unflavored bourbon, they say. I don't know why it's not called straight bourbon, because it is aged at least 4 years. Can't explain it. Anyway, there's a new one here, Tennessee Outlaw. Don't know if I've seen it. May have. 90 proof. Honey. There's a single barrel. Cinnamon, spice. They all these companies do that stuff. There's a barrel strength. Definitely have not seen that. But here's the one we're looking at, the Jesse James Bourbon. Now they're saying age 36 months. Maybe so, but the Louisiana are a 2-year age. So I don't know I don't know why there's a discrepancy, but there is. And then different batches to different places. Maybe they figure, it says always drink upstream from the herd. Jesse James Dupree owns this outfit. He must figure, and they sell a lot of apparel too. That's almost like their main thing, clothes and hats and everything. But I guess he figures Louisiana only deserves a 2-year age. We are a small state, only 4.5 million people. Mid-sized state, I guess. Not anything like Texas or California with their, Texas got 18 million people or more. Don't know if I'll be able to tell them apart. They don't look the same. Now, why is the Jesse James not listed as straight bourbon? I think I can explain that one, because it's probably different bourbons from around the country, and they're blended together and bottled. No problem there. but it can't be called straight bourbon because they're not all from the same state, even if they otherwise follow all the guidelines for straight bourbon. I was reading the regulations yesterday after I got off the show. Oh, yeah. So the Jesse James is copper. You probably see that. And the Bird Dog is amber gold, more gold. The U.S. government says straight bourbon does not have to come from the same distillery. It can be different whiskeys from different distilleries, as long as they're all from the same state. All right. Now, once you start crossing state lines, it's no longer classified as straight bourbon, even though it could be straight bourbons blended together. Then you would call it, I guess, a blend of straight bourbons. Okay. Do either one of these contain coloring or flavoring? No, they don't. We know that. Bourbon doesn't allow that. Well, at least something called bourbon. There's many there are many subtypes of bourbon that do allow flavoring and coloring. These are not on part of that subtype. Excuse me, part of those subtypes. Smells like corn, sweet corn. No shock. I ate some corn grits this morning. Maybe that was a mistake. Corn with more liquid corn. This smells more charred, so that's making me think it's the Jesse James. Now, neither one of these is a premier product, which would we would kind of know that by the fact that they're both under $20 for a regular bottle. They're not budget brands. They're just like low, I guess you call them below premium, slightly below premium brands. So they're getting into the budget realm, but you can find some budget bourbon sometimes for $8.99 a bottle. Rare, but not unheard of. I can think of Henry McKenna, the standard brown bottle. You can still find that for $9.99 here and there. Zachariah Harris for $8.99 even. I've never tried it. Probably not much to think of or talk about, but I can't say I haven't tried it. I can still find Ancient Age here and there for $9.99. So, and that's from Buffalo Trace. That's basically one of their real inexpensive ones. Been around for a long time. They're 1933. Yeah, so aroma, not much here, and in my right hand, a little bit, but neither one is exactly bursting with aroma. Taste time shows. Still dark outside. Not exactly dawn. And then when we go to daylight savings time next month, that's going to set everything back. Then you got the pretend time, which the president is trying to get rid of. Don't know how successful that will be. Yeah, charred oak, sweet corn, vanilla. Sometimes like a little candy fruit, little. All right, just basic over here. Little more musty, maybe sourdough, but neither one is claimed to be a sour mash bourbon, so that is a bit odd. Quality, it's there. They're about even. So really, if I were you, I gotta close my eyes because if I see the darker one, I'm going to know. If I were you and I saw these, I would just get whatever one was cheaper. Now the age is different. Jesse James, we know, is 2 years, at least the one I've got. I'm talking about the bottle I have. Bird Dog is at least 4 years because it's got no age statement, so we know it has to be a minimum of 4. Does the age seem to make much of a difference here? Doesn't seem to make much. I know Jim Beam's always bragging, we age our bourbon 2 years longer than required. Well, yeah, 4 years, still not exactly long, but it is longer than required for straight bourbon, which is 2. And 2 is not long. Um, but those are the minimum things. Yeah, very sugary. I always say that bourbon to me tastes like sugar water, but others may disagree. I just notice I can taste sweetness and mm, medium body. They both finish sort of dry. At least the finish is dry mostly. A little lingering on there. So I think I already said they're even on flavor, so I'd take either one, but I'd just go with the cheaper price. I'm just telling you the truth, which in my case was a Jesse James. To find a liter for $7.99 was amazing. But hey, take what you can get, right? So I'm gonna say this is the Jesse James because my mind's saying it had a little more char, but minimal. But yeah, oh golly, it's the Bird Dog. Well, that's bad. It puts me at 6 wins, 4 losses. So now I'm at 6-4. Not a shock because I was saying if I finished even on this, I'd be happy. So 60% win to loss ratio is a percentage, not such a good thing. But it is what it is because that is what it is. 3-2. All right. Good morning. I had your coffee before the shot of liquor. Oh, yes, definitely, Hans. G. Sounds good. Thank you. Would you take cheaper over better taste? If it was close, and depending how much cheaper, it's a balancing act. How would you want to trade it off? In this case, there is no difference really in flavor. I mean, I couldn't tell them apart. They're pretty even. Now, if you can't tell them apart, well, you're going to have to go with the cheaper price. What the heck? So, yeah. Thank you. So, it's a balancing act generally, and that's it. So, I got it wrong, and that's just too bad for me. That's the risk I take when I do blind taste tests, obviously. So, well, try to do it better tomorrow. Finish it out. Will I finish this week? I think I will finish the bourbons this week. And it's on to American blended whiskey for good or ill, maybe more ill than good. But anyway, I don't mind. So there it is. Thank you all and have a good Sunday. Bye bye.